man. Hey, if it get me motivated and get my thought process to work and get the juices to going, I just might make a playlist about it. I ain't gonna lie about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth about it, man. And in this case, and I'm studying on purpose, because I normally don't do that shit. And in this case, it's Breaking Bad. Killer series, cold. You watch your everyday albino ninja turn into a monster. Even though he ain't black, nigga, it's the typical story. I mean, he's not albino. Not that it's not other races that are albino. I'm just bullcorning around, man. Just fucking around, man. It's the basic story of any nigga in the hood or anybody from the hood that get involved with drugs. Just pretty much just to sum it up, if you've never took the time out of your life to watch it, it's good. It's good because it breaks down like the whole character. Like you really get to see this character develop and actually have some type of sympathy for him because you seeing everything from his perspective. Unlike when motherfuckers go to court and all they see is the crimes, neither here nor there. I blame most of this on his girl, and not girl. Let me correct myself. She was so much more than a girl. I'd like to put this on his wife, his supposed better half. You know how the saying goes. Behind every man that's making it happen, you got a nagging ass broad that's right in his shadow that's making it that much more hard. She wanted him to get the help for the reason for the whole story. Not that I'm not trying to ruin it for you. My man's had cancer, lung cancer. It was bad. He didn't even want to get the damn shit. I forced it upon that man. Then when he got it the way he wanted to get it, the problem started. He should have just went on ahead and died. They'd have been better off. They was ungrateful either way. Hell of a series. So vicious, I might make a playlist about it. Just might. But I didn't know it at the time. I believe it was like episode 5, season 1. Is when they hit him with that little. It almost looked like an intervention. He was confused as hell. That nigga son called him a pussy. Like, whoa. Hey, little cerebral palsy boy. Or whatever the fuck his little disease was. I'd have had to taste Buddy up with the hands. I'd have to give him a little taste up. I'd have to smack him. Pussy. Yeah, that wouldn't have been the move. Nah, man, I'm just. That'd probably get a nigga flagged for all types of shit. But I'm just saying, his son was disrespectful to the motherfucker, too. But he don't see his mama having little to no respect for his pops at all. He's supposed to be the head of the house. She telling his business to her sisters, talking ass who's telling his business to her motherfucking husband, who is with a branch of law enforcement. Totally a whole series you should go check out. But yeah, it was like episode 1. I know, year 1, episode 5. You know what the hell I'm saying? Not year 1. Season 1, episode 5, because you know they have it set up like S1, E5. Either way, man, y'all revisiting that, man. In the meantime, in between time, man, I may and may not do a whole little playlist on it. I mean, because why not, man? The whole breakdown of the man's character, man, I don't know how you could see it and not be on his side. His wife was a no good half, I mean. Ungrateful mother. Son, too. And then his brother-in-law was the law, so he was all mixed up in some fuckery to begin with. But he was a smart man, good on his feet. You hear me? Huh? Yeah, yeah. But the breakdown of his character, man, like real good example of you could put any coat of color on this man, and I don't think the results would have been no different if he'd had the same amount of smarts, like Common, because he had a lot of Common. He was doing everything on the fly. You know what I'm saying? he was a smart dude. And some people have said, he wasn't too smart because he wasn't smart enough to figure out another way besides selling drugs. Look, man, in a multiple choice uh type situation where the most dangerous is the most profitable at the time because you're willing to take that gamble, I guess you just have to be in certain situations to understand that. But then again, no, you don't. Because it don't have to be life or death. It don't have to be. It have to be like an immediate need. You gonna consider, especially when it's as pressing as it is, and you trying to provide for some folks who are ungrateful. The man had two jobs. He was a teacher and he was working at a car wash. Still ungrateful. Son called him a pussy. Mm, damn, to his ear. Right up in his face. All in his grill. With no hesitation. I'm not saying that your children should necessarily fear you, but they shouldn't play in your face like that either. That could be up for debate as well, but neither here nor there. It happened all on Breaking Bad. Yeah. Got to be careful of the risk you're willing to take for this supposed family that may just be ungrateful in the end. May not recognize none of your struggles, none of your sacrifice. And then when it all come out in the wash, they'll mess around and say they didn't ask you to do none of that. But yes, they did. Because 9 times out of 10, they just want you to come through with the what? The results. Don't want to hear all that extra. They want that paper. They need that paper. They don't want none of the stuff that come with receiving the paper from you. They don't want no input. They don't give a damn about how you feel. Oh, could be wrapped up in a whole nother video. This is about Breaking Bad. Only reason why I'm saying this statement because that's exactly how they handled my man's. Handled him. He out here risking life and limb. Committed a whole murder. Choking he to death for his first. And his son called him a pussy. And he had did that before his son called him a pussy. You can see his character starting to change in that scene alone. The actor is such a co-actor to me. When I'm watching the scene, it looked like to me he was trying to hold everything back from him to really do exactly what I say he should do, attack him. Like, whoa, you disrespected me as a man, not as your dad, your father, or anything like that. You just disrespected me, and I forgot who you was. But I know you. I know. I know you got something dangling in between your legs. Pause. I know you got some testosterone in your body, and I almost, flipped out on you. Maybe it's an Anthony thing. I don't know. Because we know to get disrespectful, and we know to go ahead and give you what you want verbally and or physically. Also for another video, I guess. But all that happened. Scene. I said some dumb shit again. Oh, how I know. Season 1. Season 1. Episode 5. You can really see his. I mean, you can see his character changing when he get his first body. Like, I mean, you can see it. But and that little scene right there, like he was like he kind of was coming to grips like with the fact that they don't care about what he wants to do. And I think more or less that was like the whole his whole realization in that they didn't care about what he wanted. Like he said he didn't want to get it because like a lot of men are going to be done and get the type of treatment they'll never wake up to and not know this is one said woman that's going to get with you and make your life so wonderful is knowingly or unknowingly is waiting around for you to die and you usually die before her. And everything that you have obtained, not that material things are important or nothing like that. All the material stuff that you have obtained with her your whole life, she's gonna have all of that, enjoy all of that for years on years after you pass away. After you did all of this backbreaking work and had all of the non-glamorous jobs. He was working at the car wash and he was a teacher. Everybody knows teachers don't get paid well, and it was a subject that the students wasn't really So his whole entire life is like a whole big crazy struggle with little to no excitement until he's about to basically become expired. And he's kind of cool and comfortable with that happening because his life is already poop. And what he's doing is already not being appreciated. I mean, also, whoever's out there, don't be that guy. Have those feelings. Let these ungrateful motherfuckers go if necessary. Don't let you go. Don't do that. Let these ungrateful motherfuckers. I don't care if it's not a popular thing. Let these ungrateful motherfuckers go. If you know you doing. I'm not talking to a motherfucker that's a half-ass motherfucker. At points in times, I've had 2 jobs to try to put me in minds ahead. Neither here nor there. That was a long ass time ago. This is not about me. This is about Breaking Bad. Huh? And Walt Senior. Fuck Walt Junior. And his wife. He should have let that bitch go, nigga. You should have just paid him a little child support or something and just got over the cancer and just lived a regular life. Got him a nice little bag and retired from the meth game, or the drug game. My bad. Retired from the drug game. But as those in the drug game know, it's not always that easy, is it now? Because we're always so focused on worried about these ungrateful motherfuckers as well. Season 1, episode 5. The man's character came face to face with the fact that the people he loved the most didn't even give a damn about him. And he was on the verge of right there to basically, as some would say, almost turning into this monster that they begged him to be. But yeah, I'm revisiting that. Playlist could be coming for that. I swear, man, this Wish the Sweet Brandy leaves. Peach. Can't forget that it's Peach. I be trying to stay away from him, man. Him, Lord, don't. But they just compliment the tree so well. I know y'all, I'm gonna go live soon. Indeed.